It's Evie here with Bunk Bed Homestead, and I thought that I would do a quick Azure Standard unboxing combined with a little life update. So if you are new here, my name is Evie and we live in a 900 square foot apartment, and we are doing the best that we can to homestead in this space. I know that sounds like a bit of an oxymoron, homesteading in an apartment, but if you follow along here as well as on my Instagram, you will find that it is so possible to do so many of the things that homesteaders do in your home. And why we are doing this is so that when we have our one-day homestead, we will have all of the skills necessary to start with a little bit of an advantage and a head start instead of starting from scratch. So that's my spiel. If you hear a kid coughing in the background, that's what's going on. If you see mess back here, this is an actual living space. It is not staged for this video. So let's begin. All right, so if you're not familiar with Azure Standard, it is a bulk ordering co-op of sorts where you can have ordering once a year, ordering multiple times a year, and whatever you want to do. And you pick up at someone's house at a drop site, and you can also have it shipped, but I've looked into that and it's very expensive. I'm not interested in that right now. I will go to pick it up. Our drop site's about 20 minutes away, but I know people that will travel up to an hour just once a month to get their items because it's well worth it. Maybe I'll go into Azure in another video, but for the purposes of this video, we're just going to go over what I got today. So I've been getting Redmond's Real Salt from Azure. I have not had this up until the most recent order last month, and I'm kind of obsessed. This salt is from Utah, and it's from, ancient oceans. What I like about it is, unlike sea salt, this does not have microplastics and heavy metals, and it tastes very salty, so you don't need to use a lot. We've been loving this. I use this in the morning to kind of rehydrate me, get my salt content going, and on food, for everything. Redmond's Real Salt. All right, what else? Okay, this is Sucanat. I was getting the Azure Standard brands, but this Sucanat is another option, and it wasn't super expensive, so I grabbed it. Sucanat is sugar cane that has not been processed. It's just been dried out, and it is got all the vitamins and nutrients that sugar usually is stripped of, and that ends up being molasses. So this has everything in it. It's still sugar, but it's a lot better for you than white cane sugar, and it functions just the same. You can use this in kombucha, you can use this in water kefir, in cookies, in anything that would require sugar. This is a one-to-one replacement, but much better for you. All right, I got 2 of those because we would probably go through this in like a month, and I just wanted to get some extra. All right, we got sugar. Oh, something that I kind of forgot that Azure has is sponges. This is the Natural Value Sponge brand, and it's walnut scrubber sponges. So this is walnut, not plastic, and just a sponge. I really like this because it does get tough stains out, and it's safe enough to use on things that might need a little bit more of a gentle scrub. They do go more quickly than traditional sponges, so I just wanted to make sure to get extra before our next order came through. All right, next up. Okay, this is a new one. This brand is Bio Nature, and this is jam that does not have any refined sugar in it. It just has organic apricots, organic apple juice concentrate, natural fruit pectin, absorbic acid, and citric acid. So this is apricot. I also got strawberry. The thing I like about this jam size is we actually don't use a lot of jam, and I like that it's small because I know that I will use this before it starts to mold on the top. I'm pretty bad about this, and I think you're supposed to use this within 2 weeks or so. Anyways, very excited about this. Sugar, refined sugar-free jam. Okay, another favorite. These are chocolate chips that are made with coconut sugar instead of refined sugar. As you can see, I have a bit of a theme here going. how can we get things that still taste sweet that don't have refined sugar in them? These are amazing, and these would replace chocolate chips in any recipe. Again, made with coconut sugar, and the only ingredients are cocoa paste, coconut sugar, and cocoa butter, all organic. 3 ingredients, and they're chocolate chips. They're amazing. These are a fan favorite for me to snack on occasionally. All right, I also realized that I ran out of Pomona's pectin. This is a pectin that you use to make jams that are refined sugar-free or low sugar. You can use honey as a replacement, and you can use stevia, or just use no sugar replacement or a little bit of sugar, whatever you want. I do want to warn people that are interested in getting this. If you have never canned jam before, this has a high learning curve. There's multiple steps to it that can be a little bit confusing to a new canner. I would just recommend canning with like the Sure Gel stuff you get off the shelf. Get some reps in canning before jumping to Pomona's pectin. But you can get this brand right now actually in bulk at Azure Standard in like a big pouch. So they didn't have that one. I just didn't want to get that much, but I got 3. So I'll make some jam. Let's see what else here. Oh yes, this has been out of stock. And it's a necessity in our house. This is millet flour. This is gluten-free certified, which is important for our family. And this is what we use to make lots of baked goods, breads. I use it in my like gluten-free flour blend, scones, cookies, all that stuff, pizza, millet flour. This is a little bit higher protein content than something like rice flour, and it tastes great, so we like this. Not good using alone though. It is pretty dry if you try to use it just by itself, so it needs to be blended with other gluten-free flours. Tapioca starch, another gluten-free baking essential. This we were low in, so I just wanted to grab some. This can also be used as a cornstarch replacement if you're not gluten-free but looking for something to replace cornstarch. This thickens curries and soups and gravies super quickly, super well, and you know that it's not going to be GMO cornstarch. So yay, this. All right, moving along. More millet flour. I realized I accidentally put 2 sizes in my order because I placed the order. Like I put things in my cart at 2 different times. Oh well, it'll get used. I got another one too. Little millet flour. And another one apparently. I'm actually wondering if I ordered 2 of the big ones and they didn't have that in stock. So they gave me these. I'm actually wondering about that. That would be a likely story. All right. One of my favorite things about Azure is that they give you a catalog. And this is where I've gotten some really great ideas for products and plant starts they'll have. Like you can get tomatoes and peppers and watermelons already started and they'll come on the truck. They have a section in here that also shows like new and on sale. If you can see that, new and on sale. So I like to browse through this, and then it's definitely made with recycled paper, so I feel good about just recycling that. All right, so this is Azure Standard. Yay, very excited. Definitely going to be putting a sponge in tonight because our sponge needs to go in the trash. It's really bad. Okay, life update. It's been almost, I don't know, a long time since I've done a life update, but we are here in San Diego. We are still in San Diego. We're still in our apartment. We actually just renewed our lease for 18 months, which means that we will have our fixed amount that we pay each month in rent, like stable. We won't have an increase. Every year we have an increase. We signed an 18-month lease just because we didn't know what the next step would be for us quickly, and we wanted to guarantee a lower price over the course of, the time that we are here. So anyways, we have an 18-month lease, but that doesn't mean we're staying here for 18 months. It just means that we have options we can always break the lease and move. The kids, we have 3 boys, 6, 8, and 10, and they are starting soccer soon, so I'm getting kind of ready for that. Our school year is launching for our family in 2 weeks, so I'm actually fairly far behind on our homeschool curriculum planning. I know what we're doing as far as like what curriculum we're using and how we're going to be using it, but I just didn't order it until 2 nights ago. So it's, it's okay to be a last minute homeschool planner and still, do a great job when you are a last minute person. But with all that being said, we're excited about the fall. It's been a great summer here in San Diego. We've been traveling a bit, enjoying the beach, doing lots of play dates, pool dates with people. That's been really good. I do think a huge goal of mine upcoming for the fall is to really, really simplify our house and simplify our space. And as you can see, there's like stuff everywhere. This isn't even the worst of it. And having visual chaos creates more chaos, in my opinion. And having the visual chaos in your house, even if it's not super messy or there's not like a lot of stuff on the ground, just having it kind of around and little cluttery things here and there makes it harder for us to enjoy our space. And so a huge goal of mine is going to be to declutter and simplify so that we can enjoy our space more while we're here. Other goals are to go through my cans right up here. And I've been canning up a storm the past 3 weeks. I did multiple rounds of salsa. I did some salmon that a friend of ours caught in Alaska, canned salmon, canned green beans, some soup, some vegetable blends. I have a bunch of other stuff I need to can that's in the freezer for salsas, a bunch of tomatoes from our community garden that we grew, lots of things like that. But I don't actually know what I have and how much of those things I have. So my goal is to create an inventory and to organize it better so that it's a functional working pantry and not just kind of stuck up there and then I have to rifle through stuff when I'm looking. It's tricky. We don't have a pantry. We have a pantry, but it's for like our food that we are eating regularly. It's not very conducive to storing canned goods like that. But we don't have like a walk-in pantry or garage or anywhere we could store our cans. So just being creative. Other things going on. Oh goodness. Our community garden is going great. If you have not seen any of my other videos, I have a whole video on pros and cons of joining a community garden, as well as resources. You can check back and look through my video history for that. But our community garden is winding down for the summer. Our garden plot specifically has a few more things left that I'm going to harvest before I'm going to turn over the garden completely. And what that means is that I'm going to rip everything out. I need to treat the garden bed for nematodes, and then I'm going to plant some sort of like cover crop or something to kind of put some more nutrition back in the soil before I do fall planting. Based off of the timeline of what it looks like right now, I have some tomatoes I'm going to finish harvesting. We harvested our potatoes and actually ate them tonight. That was very exciting. I only had enough for one meal, but it was a fun experience. I have flowers that need to get pulled out, some dahlias that I'm going to grab the tubers from. And then the main thing that is still flourishing and growing, which I'm kind of is the deal breaker if we are going to pull everything out now or later, is our loofah. So I'm growing loofah, which is a gourd, not a gourd, maybe it's a gourd or it's a vine. It's like a cucumber. It looks like a cucumber when it's growing, but they get humongous. And what you do is you let this fruit dry out on the vine, and then you harvest it, peel the skin off, and it's loofah like that you can scrub with. So I'm excited. I've never done something like this before. They are thriving right now. It's the one thing in the garden that seems to have not been infected with nematodes and has just kind of succumbed to disease. So that's encouraging. Maybe it's because nobody else is growing loofah in the garden. I don't know. But that's our kind of life update, family, our apartment, homestead, garden, kids, all that stuff. But yeah, that's life. If you're interested in any of my other videos, I have some videos on the meat subscription company we use, Wild Pastures. I have a couple videos on just like random things that we've done. I also am pretty active on Instagram if you want to follow me at Bunk Bed Homestead. And very soon, probably by the time you see this video, it will already be old news. I am launching my website to be able to sell some of the products that I make from our home. Face tallow, soap, salves, things of that nature. So check that out. I'll probably put a link down in the bottom once that is live. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. As always, you guys mean so much to me. And if you are interested in Azure Standard and any of the products that I showcased, you can click the link below and take a look at what it would look like to get started on ordering with them. All right, thank you so much. Goodbye, and have a wonderful evening. Or morning, or whenever you're watching. It's evening for me. All right, bye.